Hello, welcome to the Do Nothing Project. I am your host, Jeff. And let's just look here. Who's here? Hey, Artsy Traveler. Hey, Brooke. Hey, Bonnie. Marjorie. Emily. Fred, thank you for moderating. Good to see you. Good to see you, Elaine and Susie and Sarah and Deb B50. Cheryl. Uh, Bob, how are you? Jennifer. Malaya. Great to see everybody. Hey, Meg. Hey, Mitch. Cashew. Very happy to be here. A little tired today. Had a very, full-on day of parenting. It was really fun. The retreat. Thanks for asking, Mitch. Yeah, I was on a meditation retreat for a week in California at Spirit Rock. It was great. Really, just very healing. One of those retreats that was very. It's just honestly, I was so tired when I got there that I just got lots of good sleeps first few days, and then it was like you kind of get right back into it. I was very kind of deep in the practice, and it was a mindfulness retreat, so it was really a lot of just. I mean, there's a lot of gratitude and a lot of, but there's a lot of healing. It was a lot of seeing kind of deep-seated patterns as you do meditations, and just feeling a lot more space around it. Just really this recognition that everything is just a mind state, and you get so after 7 days that you get so kind of habituated to that basic insight in a way, although you still get hoodwinked left, right, and center. And so it's so good for my practice coming home as a parent, and just always interesting for me as a teacher. There was a really great one of the main teachers there was this guy Matthew Bren Silver, who was awesome. I highly recommend if you don't know him, you could Google him, find free Dharma talks on Dharma Seed or Audio Dharma, one of those things, and also Tuere Sola. She was really great. Tori Sala. Both, I mean, and this guy Brian, they were all great. So glad to be back though. I'll miss my kids. I think next year I'm only going to do like 3 or 4 days. For me, um, it's kind of like it's not a case of like more is better. You know, 1 month. I've done a 1 month retreat, and it was actually I've had much better week retreats. It just and then I've had better 4 day or 3 retreats than week long retreats. Although sometimes week long ones are great, but you kind of get a feel for what's the right length for you. And I feel like nowadays with my family life and everything, it really doesn't make sense to be going on a retreat as a student for more than like kind of 3 4 days. But obviously, when I retire, I'm going to be a monk, so that's going to change. I'm planning on hiding in a monastery as soon as my kids are old enough to drive. All right, so welcome to the Do Nothing Project. This is what it's like, kind of random rambling. I think Andrew is in, he's in like Kazakhstan or something. So he's got this great trip happening in a part of the world I've always wanted to go to. But Fred here is holding down the house, as he often does. So thank you, Fred. And I think I'm just going to jump right into a practice. Um, uh, if you haven't been here before, we've been doing this now for like 5 or 6 years. It's basically a very lightly guided meditation every Sunday night, um, called the Do Nothing Project because it's not, I don't even want to make the meditation into some kind of thing. It can really be whatever your way of kind of unplugging is. Although the Do Nothing piece is a very interesting inquiry, because it's like you can think you're doing nothing and still be furiously doing all kinds of things. And there's nothing wrong with doing, but it's good to be able to have the flexibility to move between states, to be more in a receptive mode, which can be very healing, versus a more active mode. And this is really about the more receptive healing mode, these Sunday nights. And I find they prepare me for the week. Good cap on the weekend, although it's actually a holiday here in Canada, so tomorrow's holiday. Anyway, I'm a guy to practice. Let's do it. Happy you're all here. On my front porch, by the way, in case you hadn't noticed. So you hear the birds, you'll hear the birds and maybe the chimes and occasional bit of traffic. think it's called Victoria Day, Mitch. I think. Okay, so just like to kind of, you can tune me out if you like, but I often kind of just guide my own process here as I settle into meditation. So a few slow, deliberate breaths. Yeah, I was thinking a lot about equanimity on the retreat, and equanimity, I often describe it as a kind of inner smoothness, like not going to wince or brace or get uptight and contract in judgment or blocking sounds or blocking sensations. There's a way we just kind of just smooth out the front of the body and relax and let everything be here. But I realize, there's another aspect to it that I could emphasize more, which is this. It's like can you let go so much that you suddenly drop down and into your body, and you feel the kind of, the fullness of your embodiment a little more. Because equanimity also has a stability quality to it. It's like kind of like the ballast in a ship, is how a metaphor that one teacher at the retreat I was at just used, which I really like. Like the ship is still responsive to the water, of course, the ocean, waves, it will bob and move, but the ballast is what keeps it centered. There's a kind of weightedness to it. So that would be my invitation at the beginning. Can you breathe out and let go so much that you drop down into the feeling of your body, and noticing the contact with your feet on the ground or your seat on the cushion or the couch, whatever it is you're doing, however you're organized physically. And that could be something we come back to, that sense of, when your mind wanders, you come back to the simple sense of embodiment. And within that, you may have a home base that you like a body sensation or even sounds outside the body. But the full body, sometimes I just pay attention to the sense of the breath moving the whole body. And then the trick is, can you choose to find something about it satisfying? And can you be patient as the momentum of the mind kind of works itself out? Good. So just patient as things settle or don't settle, as the case may be. maybe you can still be patient with it, with whatever's happening. Coming back to our home base, coming back to this commitment, just to be present in a very low effort way. Dropping into the body. Every little exhale can do that. And much of this is about welcoming what's happening, recognizing that whatever thoughts are there, or low level feelings or strong feelings, they're all just very temporary mind states. No need to take anything personally. Every moment, the product of endless causes and conditions. And here we are. So we can seed some new causes and conditions in the form of general good naturedness, deciding to welcome, accept, appreciate exactly the configuration. And it doesn't need to be anything more dramatic than that. It's so modest and sensible. And then we forget and remember and come back. Nice. So I thought maybe for the last 5 minutes, do a slightly longer meta practice or a loving kindness practice. Just so freaking good for us. And these are practices about, gratitude or appreciation or compassion that are really, they're like cultivations. So it's not, people don't like it because they think, oh, if you're wishing someone well, is that really going to do anything? But it's not, that's kind of not the point. It's about cultivating the kind of kindness that becomes more and more a default. And so that's the invitation, is just to connect to anything you're feeling grateful for, any person, anyone you feel like appreciating. It could also just be, the weather, some circumstance. It's nice to work with people deliberately sometimes, and animals. The classic meta phrases are, you bring someone into your mind's eye and you say, may you be happy, may you be healthy, may you live with ease. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you live with ease. And you kind of just explore what it's like to say that in a sincere way. And it can be, like I said, there sometimes it can actually feel warm and loving, and there's that sense in which it's that quality is being cultivated. Sometimes it's more just a concentration practice. It doesn't have much feeling tone. It's just a thing you have an intention, you repeat it, you repeat your phrases, you keep bringing up your person, and so you're building concentration. And then also sometimes it's a purification, which means that other things can come up, sadness, and all kinds of stuff. And then the practice is you're welcoming what comes up, which is just natural, and it's an opportunity to let yourself feel what you feel, and that is a very healing thing to do as well. So it's kind of like three three outcomes, three wins: cultivation, concentration, and purification. So again, bring another person in your mind's eye if that's working for you. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you live with ease. And you can repeat your phrases as much as you like, or you can change them up with something more suitable. And sometimes it feels good just to sit in inner silence, and that's the way you're expressing your care. And that might be the right move for you for this next couple minutes. I'll let you work it out on your own. Classic meta phrases include ourselves, so at some point you can try, may I be happy, may I be healthy, may I live with ease, as if you were wishing that for a friend, and you could have a visual of yourself or when you were young, or maybe it's more just an intention. Want the best for yourself, accept yourself. Which of course settles the nervous system and gives you greater capacity to be there for others. So it's the secret sauce: caring for yourself. And then we'll just maybe for the last minute or so, just send it out to as many people as you like, or the whole, beam it out like a radio tower, the whole galaxy. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you live with ease. May all of us be this way. Thanks, Dreamer76. Good to see you. Yeah, Bonnie, right? The ballast. It's good, isn't it, for equanimity? Equanimity is the keel and the weight keeps us centered. The one of the Pali translations is in the middle, standing in the middle, which I like too. Thank you, Artsy Traveler. Thanks, Gabriel. Thanks, Holly, Courtney, Mike, Mitch, Randy, EB, Malaya. Thanks, Fred, for putting those links up. Thank you, Susie. Hey, Kay. Hey, Aiden, Deborah, Carolyn, Susie, Elaine. I do feel calm. I feel also just kind of tired. I feel good. I'm glad it was peaceful, Chris. Bilge pump. Let's call this one bilge pump. Let's call this ballast. Fred, tell Andrew we'll call it. Nice, Sarah. Very happy to hear it. The Passano retreat. Thanks everyone for saying hi. I love reading these reports. Such a good community. Hey Alex, I saw your note about your art. Congratulations, your latest exhibit. Siobhan, Deanne. Oh yeah, Deanna. Talk forever about that. Yeah, you just gotta go through stages where there's just gonna be less opportunity to practice. It's just how it is. Get more mindfulness in life type stuff, but boy, does it make a difference when you can sit down for 20 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day. Oh, glad to hear, Chris. Thanks, Zach. Hey, Rose. Yes, I think there's a home base. If you're on the home base Substack community, there's a home base hangout thing on. I think it's this Thursday. Yeah. Um, and then what else is happening? Tosh and I got our MindBod Squad retreat coming up at Omega. That's gonna be fun. I got lots of ideas for that on the retreat. I was trying not to think about it, but that's gonna be in June at Omega. And then I think I'll be back in Omega in August. And then there's meditation party with Dan and Seb and happening in October. Lots of stuff. And good, Sheila. Remember, it's a mind state. I am back in Toronto for the next few weeks, Mitch. Yeah. Nice, Brooke. I'm glad you're going to be there. Well, friends, great to hang out. I'm going to wish you well. Great rest of your night if it's Sunday, or day if it's Monday, or whatever time zone you're in, whatever day you're looking. And I will see you all next week. Okay. I turn this thing off. Okay. Good night, everyone.